All right, so I am triggered beyond all human reason, all human comprehension. I saw this Google Chromebook ad. Well, actually, I only saw part of it. So Google Chromebook and Disney Plus teamed up to do an ad for Andor, and it's featuring this, I guess, a couple, not I guess, it's a couple who are messaging each other via Google Chromebook about Andor coming out. It is just, well, actually, no, I didn't see part of it. I saw the whole thing. I saw part of it first when I was skipping a YouTube ad. So I saw that it was something to do with Disney Plus and Andor, which I have no interest in. But then I saw the message from Rebel Mom, and it triggered me.
This is the fucking bullshit that I'm talking about. They are allowed to make absolutely no sense. They make no sense. Something's going on, man. What the hell happened in the West where this shit is normal? I've dealt with this. That's why I have to be on camera yelling in these streams now.
Just as the ad was skipping, so I had to look for the ad. I found it, and it's not as triggering as I first thought. I'm still triggered, but the context is not quite as bad as I first thought. I thought Rebel Mom was going to be some wine mom who was texting like her niece or another girlfriend saying, hey, Andor's coming out tonight, girl, get a box wine, let's come hang out. I thought it was going to be because your boy Zach did a video about how successful, I don't know how successful it is. I mean, I guess as far as propaganda goes, it's successful. Business-wise, I don't know, but he was just basically talking about how Disney successfully sold Star Wars to women in their 30s and 40s, like childless women in their 30s and 40s. Like, in social media, all these wine moms and wine aunts, are such big Star Wars fans now and MCU fans. And he was just saying that they were much more successful at that than anyone would have thought. And I think that's one of the big, I always rail against feminism. And I think that's one of the big problems with Kathleen Kennedy being in charge of Star Wars in particular, is how she decided to just shit all over it and take it away from boys and give it to women for some insane reason. It's like whenever she was working alongside like Lucas and Spielberg, before she took over, was she just fuming in the background going, just you wait, you motherfuckers, when I take over, it's going to be a different story. Because everything that she does, particularly when it comes to your boy Luke Skywalker, everything that she does seems designed to destroy Star Wars. Even though it's successfully sold to these women who've made it this lifestyle brand where they identify with it as like just this way of life. not the same way the geeks and nerds have, but just in this sort of like a fashion brand. But just saying, ooh, I love Star Wars, and they don't care anything about it. They don't understand it. They just like watch it, and probably not even that. They just say they watch part of it, and then go on about their business. They just have it on in the background while they're doing other stuff. But
I brought this up in a video a week or two ago, and I got zero pushback. But the interesting thing was that specifically women, none of them argued against it. They didn't say, no, this is not true, or I'm the exception. They just said, I never noticed I did that before, and now I notice every woman that I know does that. And it's that women are less discerning, specifically when it comes to television or streaming shows. If I cough, I will rewind the entire sentence. If I space out, again, I am staring at the screen, and I've always got the freaking closed caption on, even if the audio is nice and crisp and clear, all the time. And I don't know a single woman who watches television like that. It's more of an in the background thing, or you come back into the room, hey, what'd I miss? What'd I miss? Rewind it. Then I won't miss it. How about that? Like, I take this stuff pretty seriously.
Probably the only reason why it's been so successful with wine moms and wine aunts in women is because of social media, and not because, social media has just exposed the greatness of Star Wars to all types of people. I think it's more that clout chasing, getting in on a trend, and then, I'm sure with liberals, and look, I'm on the left, but liberals, that's another story. But anyway, particularly I think with liberals, they've decided that from The Last Jedi onwards, you can gauge a person's morality based on whether or not you like or dislike that movie. I think Twitter is not real life, or we know Twitter is not real life, but I think Twitter magnifies things for people who are on there, obviously, to feel like they're doing some kind of good when anyone complains about, toxic fandom and that kind of thing. So, I mean, Star Wars, people who are unhappy with Star Wars in the MCU still watch Star Wars in the MCU. So it's a lot of different things going on. Your boy Zach is definitely right that more women pretend to be into this stuff. And it was always geek girls. Before fake geek girls, they were actual geek women and geek couples and that sort of thing. So with this ad, the Rebel Mom thing triggered me. When I finally found it and watched it, it's more... So she wasn't a wine mom, or maybe she's still a wine mom, but it wasn't a wine mom messaging her daughter or somebody saying, let's watch Andor tonight. She's messaging her husband, and just, it's still corny. It sucks, the language, dialogue. Popcorn, Andor, you and me, fuck. No, but she didn't even say that. And then the guy who's like, really, Andor tonight? So the dude doesn't know Andor tonight. The mom knows it. Rebel Mom knows it. But dude is just like, I'm not really a Star Wars fan. My wife is. And she's telling me, that Andor's coming on tonight. Let's watch it with popcorn and all this stuff. And I'm like, really? But what about the kids? We got to put the kids. So it's this stupid role reversal thing where, and that was the thing that, it's women have taken over Star Wars. It's theirs now. Your boy Zach has another video titled Mom Stole Your Comics. Mom, Auntie, Nana own your comics now, and you're not getting them back.
This trajectory was always going to take us here. Always. You start out with these moderately budgeted movies. Go back and look at the box office of Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Captain America, The First Avenger. Remember that was the title? The first Thor movie. The one where they bleached his eyebrows so they were blonde too. It's really weird. They had moderate budgets and moderate box office. And then they became huge, and then they got everyone on the planet. And then they went to streaming, which is just television. And television always skews female, specifically older female. The cliche back in the 70s and 80s and even a little bit in the 90s was, you would go to camp or you would go on a sleepover with a friend or whatever. You were out of the house and you would come back and your mom had thrown away your comic books because she didn't like the content or because she thought you were too old. But what we found out is that mom was playing the long game. Mom was stealing your comics because she knew. She did the calculus, she plotted out the course, and she knew it was going to go from, Batman Forever to Spider-Man to the freaking MCU, and then it was going to peak, and then it was going to fall. And it was going to go where live stream stuff goes when the money starts diminishing. When the costs increase while the profits decrease, it's going to go to television. It's going to go to streaming. It's going to get real cheap, and that's when they're going to focus on older ladies. Yeah, aunties. Yeah, mom. Nana. Yeah, they got your comics, and they're not giving them back.
I can't. You can't make this shit up. I'm losing my mind just thinking about this.
Try to defend that fucking nonsense we just watched. Somebody justify that. Holy shit. Too harsh, Nico. Bro, that's not too harsh. That shit is literally childish nonsense. Why is this happening now? I'm done putting up with these fucking feminists, man. They're allowed to make no sense.
So I'm still triggered, even if, like I said, it's date night instead of just some childless women getting together for an Andor watch party or whatever. You know, it still sucks. The woman is actually the big fan who's doing all the references. Don't be a stormtrooper. And when he tells her, I love you, and she goes, I know. It's like, shut up.
And when she lets me slip away, she tells